Today we're going to be reacting to your all's gaming PCs, whether they're really gross or really awesome.
And we'll give you all our opinion on whether you should change it, upgrade it, or just start over fresh. And we're going to do so after a word from today's sponsor.
As a tech enthusiast and dare I say PC building expert, there's only one thing that fuels my carnal desire for destruction, and that's seeing someone with unactivated Windows. Luckily for you, today's video sponsor gvgmall is here to help. gvgmall is an online marketplace with game keys and Windows licenses for cheap. The best part is, it's extremely easy. All you have to do is purchase a key using code TB20, then just copy and paste the key into Windows. And beyond just saving big on game keys or Windows 10 or 11 keys, you also get to avoid my wrath. Check out gvgmall today and be sure to use code TB20 to save big on your purchase.
Alright guys, if you guys don't know, we do this series now where we review your all's PC part pickers over on discord.gg/toastybros. We look at all your PC builds maybe you're considering building or have already built and maybe you want to upgrade, modify, and things like that. And we're going to go ahead and look at some of the submissions which you guys can submit today for other episodes by joining the Discord today. Behave yourself in the Discord, by the way. Our moderators are watching you. But we're going to go ahead and start off with YouTube. Someone's shouting out their YouTube already, so you know it's crazy here with Tajante.
So it's a $600 budget. They don't know if they need to go AM4, AM5. AliExpress CPUs, okay. And use GPUs and use motherboards. Wow.
Okay,
risky.
so we had two different builds that are 600-ish. One's AM4, one is AM5. So let's just start with the AM5 option and see what we're working with here.
Wow, so this person's resourceful, just based on what I'm seeing. So we got the 7500F, a Thermalright ARGB cooler, a full-size motherboard. That's interesting.
Okay.
32 gigs of DDR5 silicon power. We love the Clev drive. The 6600 XT, which they say for $180. I like that they actually put a price.
That's pretty solid.
The View 270 with full-size case, and then the ASRock Challenger. And this is, I was gonna say, this felt like it was gonna be more. You're at $740, which that $729 with the rebate.
No,
nobody's gonna do that.
No one's using the mail-in rebate, but yeah, this is looking pretty good. So 7500F pricing, $130. That's pretty fair. I will say the whole tariff situation might change these pricing here going into April. So you guys let us know down below what the market looks like then. We're always going to preach AM5, right? Especially at the same price point. This one's around $700 though. So I guess we just got to see what the AM4 option is going to look like, and is it significantly cheaper?
So this is over $100 cheaper. Okay. Not by much, but close to $100 cheaper. 5700X. We got similar cooler, similar like vibe for motherboard. The RAM looks a little bit nicer, but it's DDR4. Same drive. Still the 6600 XT. So I see where they're going, and we got the same case and then similar power supply.
I think AM5 is the move here though. I really do. And also the only thing that would sway me a little bit is the GPU isn't super high end where it's gonna fully take advantage. Honestly, if you build both of these side by side, they're both gonna be GPU limited. So you'll probably get the same performance out of the gate. It just depends on if you have the extra $100 to spend to get that upgrade ability.
Yeah, which $100 for you might be a lot. So yeah, I think if you put these builds side by side, they're gonna perform like the exact same, I think, depending on what games you're playing. So man, it's kind of, I mean, if you want the upgrade path, spend the extra $100 and you can say you're on AM5, which is great. If you just want the cheapest entry-level price, that other build's really good too.
And even I'm just looking at it too, I was thinking like full size maybe to micro would save you a little money, but that motherboard's not too bad at $129. No. The case is $71, which would be great like case. An Okino's case price point at Micro ATX. So I think spend $100 if you have it, but if not, you'll be very happy with the AM4 build.
Honestly, great job for both of these builds.
You watch our videos, don't you?
You actually listen.
Budget gaming PC under $500 is the goal here.
Interesting. Okay, well, this is a motherboard you don't see often, an H670, which is kind of in between the H610 and a B660.
I'm already seeing something here. This is PC part picker problems. The pricing is whack. I'm assuming originally this would be under $500, but do not pay $299 for an RX 6600.
Well, and also that board should be like
I didn't even notice the board.
Yeah, I was looking at the board.
The board's the worst part right there.
And now that you're pointing out the GPU is like horrible, but
yeah, that board shouldn't be. What do those boards even go for? Like that's a full size version.
It's full. Okay, that's kind of weird actually. See, that's what's weird. I would get a Micro ATX board and a Micro ATX case. Like, and honestly, I mean, GOMDS is. Yeah, I mean, it's cheap, but like, just go Micro ATX.
Yeah, no, the Talos.
I would already build it. What did they say?
This was the most vague one so far. Just under $500 budget PC.
Oh, okay.
So maybe they're expecting to do this. I wouldn't really recommend it.
Where's the power supply? I just realized that too.
Yeah.
I was like, something's missing from this list.
Something's missing from this build. So it's kind of hard to complete this build, but if I were you and you were gonna go 1200F, which is an option, try to find a B660M. You could still probably find the Pro RS. It's getting more expensive though.
There's two other things too.
Wait, hold on, what are we missing? Wait, hold up. The SSD.
The SSD is only 128 gigs. That's, I mean,
That's-
I get $15, but like go up to 25 and you're gonna get 512.
You can't do anything with that.
Also, CL22 RAM, I get that it's $22, but for like 25, you should be able to find CL16. So it feels like you kind of weirdly optimized this build. I don't think it's a bad build by any means, but I think each part you could just ever so slightly spend $5-10 more and it'll be way better.
Rapid fire through the motherboard. B660 RAM gets a better RAM that is CL16. Very easy for DDR4. Get a bigger SSD, man. Like you can spend 512, please, if you're just gonna even install anything. GPU at a reasonable price. Don't spend more than $200. Look at the used market if you're comfortable with that. Once you get that micro ATX board, the B660, some micro ATX case, and I think you will be close to that $500 price point at that point.
But yeah, you got some changes to make.
Got some changes. PC Wizard 99 plays, my budget PC parts list. Guys, by the way, this one is in the UK, so pricing will vary, but try to give us a little bit of context as well if you can on what you're gonna use this build for, or if you've already built it, or if you're just wanting upgrade advice.
I do always like to know if it's already built because then I know they probably didn't pay these prices.
Yes.
All right, so we're in pounds? Is pounds?
Pounds, yes.
And it's always interesting when you see the other countries because I always see like some certain parts, like the case, for example, where I'm like, Colink? Okay.
Yeah, Colink, never heard of it. There's some of those, especially in the UK, that are really budget cases that are just rebranded from ones we normally see here.
So that 5,500, that sounds like a pretty good price.
Yep.
65 pounds. You got a cooler. That's a great cooler. We got kind of like a panda theme build going on. It looks like.
Yeah, a little white and black action. I'm gonna see price conversions while you're.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. The NV3 is not bad. It's much better than the NV2. The NV3 is actually like a real Gen 4 SSD. CL16 RAM, cool. We got a 6600 ASRock Challenger for 192. Is that good?
192. So starting the CPU, 65 is $84 USD, which.
What is 192?
192. It's $248, which isn't amazing.
But we don't know what part
availability
of, like,
and everything.
Yeah, depending on where you're at in the UK, like that might be a decent price. Decent power supply. We've heard that we've used them. We know they're pretty decent.
Yeah.
We got a monitor in here randomly.
No price on there, but I guess you just show that you had that monitor.
Probably already has it.
Pixio's good monitors, good budget monitors. There's a lot of different budget monitors you can do out there. If I guess we were to fine tune it, an A520, if you can go a little higher end, if you haven't built this already, to get like a B550 or a B450, I would recommend it.
Yeah, you should be able to find a pretty close B550 price-wise.
Just give you a little more headroom for upgrades.
I'd say the RAM's good, the storage. Yeah. Oh, well, you know what? It's probably not much cheaper, but the 5500 is not Gen 4. So that NV3 will actually run in Gen 3. You just lose a little bit of speed on your storage. So if it's, I guess $42.99 for pounds isn't too bad.
I wonder if that A520 is even Gen 4 anyways.
That's probably not even Gen 4 either, honestly.
Yeah, so if you can get a Gen 4 board, then theoretically keep that SSD, and then whenever you upgrade your CPU, you actually get a little bit of a performance boost with your SSD. GPU, again, 6600. Used market, if you have the availability for that card, that's where you get the best bang for buck from it.
That is one of the cheapest, like 6600s to the Challenger D cards, so.
Yeah.
If you can find a nicer, I don't know what the market is like there, but I mean, overall, the build, it's not a bad esports PC for sure.
The structure's there. Structure's there, not knowing what the actual like market is like in that area.
Oh, and then also you have a full-size case, get a micro ATX case.
Beautiful. Wild Boy, please help me. If you can, in the next one, please tell me if this is good class PC or mid-range and what to change.
God class.
This looks very meta.
This feels meta god tier.
Okay.
7600 for 185. That's actually a good price on Amazon, especially with especially with AliExpress prices going up.
Yes.
Honestly, Amazon's starting to be more feasible for those. We like that cooler.
$17, can't complain.
Love the Phantom Lightning boards.
119, really beautiful.
RAM, hey, $80 for CL30, 6000 megahertz.
The value stuff's pretty good. It works.
Yeah, and honestly, the UD90 Gen 4, 2 terabyte.
$90. Yeah, a lot of storage for the price.
Look at that. They got the 7600 combo. We've been telling you all about that for years. And then we're getting a lot of MSI. That's not too bad, actually. $60 for the 650 watt.
I see one fatal flaw. The X3 ATX is full-sized.
And honestly, like,
not great.
Arguably not the nicest case. I mean, it is $65, but like...
What, the the Okinos...
Air 100 too, if they want Montec.
Air 100 if you want to go Montec. That one is actually micro ATX. If you want to go Okinos, I know we go crazy with Okinos, but there's just so many budget options from them. Cypress, wood if you like wood. That one's great if you like wood.
There's
Yeah,
also the Aqua 3. If you
Aqua
don't
3.
like wood.
The Cypress RGB,
Yep.
the Okinos one, there's the RGB edition.
If you don't like RGB, they have the, what is that one? The Air? The Okinos Aqua 3
Okay.
Air? There's just so many.
Just take a look at Okinos. Not even sponsored by them right now. I mean, we're sponsored by them before, but I will say we just love their cases. They're just great for the money. But if you want to go Montech, I think the Air 100 would be the easiest slot-in upgrade for this one, so it fits nice.
I feel like that's it, though. Like,
I wouldn't
have
change anything
no
else.
complaints with this.
I would change nothing else.
And honestly, if you actually get the 7600 for 260 right now, that's, can you actually get it right now for that?
It's a little bit of a long delivery window.
That's a little out there, but
It's
that's
March
that's
24th.
MSRP.
Yeah.
That's MSRP. Actually, yeah, you're right. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. So
Buy it.
buy the 7600. That combo is perfect. 1080p high settings, 1440p with FSR. Perfect. Does a great job for all new parts. Sammy Baker, good or bad first time
420.
building?
This guy wants to know, is it God or bad?
God or bad? Paid $900 total. Some prices aren't showing. Okay, that's
So
fair.
we'll have to keep that in mind.
This has been built. All right, here we go.
Oh, we're AliExpress. We had 7500F.
Which I'm gonna guess about 130 bucks.
This cooler, I know I don't know if it's this exact one, but I know we have not had the greatest time with the Johnsbow coolers.
Well,
but
if you have
they
the
work.
build done, so congratulations.
Oh, but it's mini ITX though.
Oh no,
so-
what is happening? What is happening?
Oh no! See, I was getting ready to give you credit because that cooler's small.
Oh,
so I was gonna be
no.
like, oh, you got a mini ITX board with a small cooler, but you have
Okay.
a Mustex Y6, which is a full ATX case. Dude, do you have a picture of this build?
I need a picture of this build, please, with a mini ITX motherboard.
Oh, and they get an 8. Oh man, I mean, Seagot's great, but like you got the 850 watt for a 7600 and a 7500F.
All right, well, let's take this step by step because there's a couple things here. So obviously the motherboard, you should have gone a full size with the full size case. Micro, we can kind of understand. It happens, but
happens.
At this price point, imagining with all the other stuff, we're probably looking at what, $700? You could definitely get a micro ATX with a micro ATX case or full size with full size case.
Oh, and also, if you actually spend $100 in that case and $200 on that ITX board, you could have saved probably about $100, maybe more, by going micro ATX case,
Yep.
micro ATX board, and it would have been the same quality.
Yeah, RAM 16 gigs of DDR5 is fine. I mean, it's $49, it's fine. Dual channel memory.
A little slower, but
Little slower if you're just trying to get into AM5. This kind of feels like a build that kind of forced their way into AM5, where it could have been an AM4 build if you really wanted to, but
also kind of just feels like a. Oh man, that's a nice way of putting this. Like you didn't maybe watch like a video first. You kind of just threw it together, which like it works. Good job, like it works. I'm sure you're gaming on it, which proud of you.
I feel like I wonder, okay, so their notes on, I want to see a PC part picker tells you. It'll say it'll fit,
Yeah, but they don't.
but it won't say like it's not ideal.
It's too small.
I think it's too many variables for them to take into account. Yeah, if the bill's working for you, congratulations.
Yeah,
Welcome
you
to
made
PC
it.
gaming.
You
You
made
made it. But that's definitely one of those, you should have done some research
Yeah.
just to make sure to get the most optimal build, because it is kind of a mistake. This is like the worst possible way to make that mistake. The
Yeah,
smallest
this
was the
is,
biggest.
Generally, you want to get whatever your board is. That's what size case you should get.
As long as you're gaming on it, enjoy it, but in the future, be sure to check those things. First build, $700 Canadian with a monitor, W or L list.
Ooh, so this is they call that Zoomer talk.
So some of the manual prices were open box deals, is what they mentioned. Oh!
We can't talk about that.
Well,
Actually, wait, they can sell in Canada, can't they?
they can, yeah. They're just not the US.
3600. She's classy. What can we say?
So 66 Canadian. So what would that be US? Let's see. $46 US. So that's
really
a good
cheap.
deal for
That's
3600.
definitely like some eBay pricing.
Yep.
Hey, B550M. That sounds a little okay, Canada.
Yep.
That sounds a little expensive for B550M. Well, no, you know what? That'd be like 100, right? USD, maybe
90.
90. Okay,
90.
That's not bad at all. That RAM's a good price then.
Yeah, that's 32 gigs of it too. That's
Oh,
really
it's a really
cheap.
good price for CAD. I see that your NVMe's not showing up, but that's fine. You probably got a good deal on it. 1080
For
legendary.
100 CAD, so that would be about $70 US, I think.
75 maybe.
69.
69. Wow.
That's a pretty
Okay, that's-
decent value for that.
That's because that's basically like a 2060, or probably like a 3056 gig.
Yep.
The Deep Cool, I remember building this case a lot back in the day. This
a good one.
370. That's a
Brings
good
a tear
price.
to my eye.
I know, hopefully one day they come back. Cooler Master MW Bronze V2, that sounds like it'd be on the tier list kind of high up.
It
I'm
does.
just guessing. More words. Oh, and then you get a 144 hertz Samsung Odyssey. That's a good monitor.
120. So that'd be under $100 for that one, especially.
Where'd they get these deals in Canada from? I feel like
Normally I hear
it's so much more.
I normally hear people complaining in Canada about their pricing. Maybe you guys need to step up your game like this person. This is a really solid budget build, and you even threw the monitor in there. I wouldn't change anything.
I wouldn't. I mean,
I wouldn't touch it.
I'm like, you could upgrade. It's like eventually you could upgrade the GPU and CPU, but I would just do both at the same time. And you don't need to do that.
And this also feels like one of those builds that I would flip and then do a new build again.
Oh, yeah.
Because you seem to have the ability to deal hunt really well. So you can do an even better price performance PC with a whole new canvas. So
Good job.
Really good job with this one.
Oh, mail. And a mail. So we got a future PC build.
Future PC build. Let me know what I need to change. All right, so hopefully they haven't done it yet. Another 36. Oh, no.
Is this the same guy?
Okay, we got a lot going on here.
Ooh, yeah. All right, we got some
We got
stuff
a
to
lot
dissect
to
here.
talk about here.
All right, so 3600. God, they still sell these new. There's no way. Are they really new on Amazon
Are
still?
they really new on Amazon?
Where are they finding these?
$89 on Amazon.
And look, it's like Prime shipped.
It's from the AMD
It
store.
is Prime shipped. AMD. You guys are so. I mean, honestly, that's kind of expensive. Like, you guys are great. How are you still making these?
That's crazy. 5600X is $129. That's $30 difference. Oh, here, it's 5600, $132.
Oh, well, you just get the X at that point.
Yeah, I would just get the X at that point.
I would say if they have a little more money to.
Yeah.
I would go 5600X. I mean, that's like one lawn cutting.
I would say my advice for this would be either go AliExpress for the 3600 or buy 5600X on Amazon. Either one of those. I think you're in that awkward stage where like you can get a 3600 on AliExpress for $50.
Yep.
That's
Or
way
eBay.
better. eBay too. Just be careful for pins on eBay. You never know what those sellers are going to do.
Motherboard, great choice. RAM, that's also pretty good.
That's kind of the best deal right now in DDR4 memory.
Yeah. Oh, and check Newegg as well. You might be able to find like a 5600X or
true.
5700X with free RAM.
And at that point, yeah.
Yeah, it might make these prices pretty close. The NV2, I know we just talked about that. That's a little bit of a slower Gen 4. I think you can get the NV3 now for about the same price.
All right, the GPU, bro.
That's, yeah.
We
that's
can't
where
do
we're at.
that. I know it's crazy. It's 130. We were just talking about we were at Micro Center and they were on the shelf. This exact one.
Yeah.
Being made still.
AMD, once again. I mean, cool you're still making them.
Yeah.
What else? What can we suggest that's around that same price?
There's really nothing.
I mean, I was going to say just bump it up and go 3056
Yeah,
which isn't that much better.
No.
It's better, but
It's better, not that much better. You're in that price range right now. It sucks. The budget GPU space is a very used GPU market now. And if you're willing to go used, you're going to have to look at what? $139 we're looking at.
1660 Ti's,
Yeah.
maybe 2060s?
You can probably
Stuff
get
like
2060 around that 140 mark. So if you want to go NVIDIA 2060,
that? Can't you get a 1080 Ti for like close to that even?
probably. 50s, they're kind of a gamble because the generation's a
Mining
bit
and stuff.
older. The 5700s and 5700 XTs you can find occasionally for that price point. They are way better GPUs, but they've kind of been used and abused, so buyer beware.
It's basically like if you have to go new, 3056 gig or RX 6600.
That's
Those
really
are
your only options.
And you're going to be spending about 40 to 60 bucks more. That's not terrible, right? It's not too bad.
Keep
We
the
gotta talk
100
about
out
the case.
to talk about it. Tell them how you feel.
I gotta say, that's a cheap case. I mean, 40
Yes.
bucks, it is really cheap.
Yeah.
And honestly, other $40 cases, they're not much better. Like
No.
that one we just built in, the
Yeah.
Zalman one. You're gonna be very restricted. I really highly recommend just a little bit more to get a case with a basement in it. You're looking
Yeah.
for a case that has a power supply basement, like a PVA Prodigy, any of the Okinos cases, Montec Air 100, Zalman P10, Thermal Take View 170. Like I can name off a million micro ATX cases with a power supply basement. You're looking at about 60 to 70 bucks. I feel like we just keep slowly adding $30
Well, I was
here.
going to say, if you are willing to go AliExpress for the CPU, that's about 40 bucks right there you saved. And you can just throw that into the case if you wanted to.
Yeah.
You don't even need to throw that much. You could throw 20 bucks into the case, 20 bucks into whatever GPU you end up going with. That'll get you close to the 3056 gig price point.
Yeah, it's just like those little extra like $30. When you're talking this cheap, it makes a really big difference on each one of these parts.
Yeah, so overall, you got the basis here. You just want to do a little fine tuning, as we mentioned, just buy something different from here, a little bit there, and just avoid buying new 580s. Just don't do that.
Man, I never thought we'd be saying that 5 years later.
New 580s. DB Thanos. I'm currently trying to pick out the best parts for my first build, mainly using it to play modded Arc Ascended. Oh boy. Modded Minecraft. I'm studying engineering at college to be able to code and run 3D renders. This better be a higher end build. Is this overkill?
In UK as well.
So I'm already expecting a really high end build saying, is this overkill? This is actually better than I was expecting. All right, we'll start here. Looks like we have a lot to scroll down on.
Oh my gosh, okay, this is weird. I feel like we don't see these on these lists normally where it's new stuff. So, all right, UK once again, but 7600X, we got a Arctic air cooler. We don't see those a lot. B650, that's full size. All right, let's see what case we're going with. Good RAM. Let's see, we got the NV3, which started to see that a lot.
Yeah.
So we got a 9070. That's kind of cool to see.
Yeah. New GPUs, NV5 for the case. We got NV3 SSD with an NV5 Fantex case, which is fine, not too bad. Tough power, 750 watt. That's good on the watts. Looks like you got a bunch of Fantex fans.
Okay, so is that a uni fan? It says 3-pack.
Yeah, so I guess these are, let's see.
They connect, I guess. It looks like he has it figured out though, because I see, yeah, okay, and I see reverse and everything. So
yeah, so it looks like you would have one fan for the back, a normal fan pack. This would probably be your exhaust,
top, I guess.
A single reverse blade. Because the basement, that one basement spot, and this would be the side.
Oh, like the back area.
Yes.
So and that'll also be reverse deployer in. I guess.
And then in from the basement, exhaust out top, one in the back. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, that'll look really nice. Good job actually thinking about your fan config, because I can't tell you how many builds we have to build a PC res every day where someone brings us their stuff and it is not configured well.
Now the biggest thing is for your workload, you just have to make sure the applications you're using utilize AMD GPUs the best. There are some that it sucks, but some of them are like, I really want an NVIDIA GPU with CUDA acceleration or certain types of accelerations. Just check with whatever course you're going into, your advisor or whatever, and be like, hey, what is this program good for? If they're okay with AMD GPUs, heck yeah, do that. 16 gigs of VRAM, awesome value.
Very good. And also keep in mind, depending on how long your professor's been doing this, they may have thought NVIDIA was good like 25 years ago.
It could be different.
Yeah, AMD they have really caught up with all their encoding and stuff, so it might actually be really good now.
And also AM5 gives you CPU upgrades. If you are doing something that's very CPU intensive, you can upgrade that CPU very easily. So no, this is not overkill. This is actually perfect. Like, this is where I would start, especially going into school, and then upgrade as you need to, especially as you go into a professional career in this.
Yeah.
The last one is Humberto. Made a setup for $1,600. Planning on buying soon. Made this list over the past 2 weeks. I'm planning on getting the GPU first, then buying the other parts after. Always a gamble.
Prefer NVIDIA.
Prefer NVIDIA. You're buying in parts, a couple of parts get paid for. I would prefer to keep the GPU. Like to know if this build is good or anything in that's changed. All right, let's see what we got here.
We kind of Panda again? No, this one's actually pretty.
This is pretty white.
We don't have sleeve cables, but okay. So it's Ryzen 7700X for $270. That the 9700X I think is like the same price now.
Yep.
Always watch out for that. Whenever you the day you're gonna buy your PC parts, always check the newer versions to see if they're that much more.
Arctic Liquid Freezer. I mean, that's one of the best liquid coolers on the market.
Big daddy right there.
Very nice. Make sure the case is. You got the H9, so you shouldn't have any problems with that.
Wow, an X870. Okay.
X870 board, $299 for an all-white board, and a little overkill in my opinion.
If you need it to be white, I guess maybe that's not terrible. But I mean, for example, we just bought that. You guys can't see it, but we have is that a B650?
Yes.
And it's a kind of like a white. It's a prime. It's a prime board, but we paid $160 on the new used market for that, so you can find some pretty good white motherboards.
I just noticed the 4 terabyte Gen 4 drive, by the way. $219's not horrible for that, though. I'll be honest.
No,
that's actually a good price.
They'll never have to upgrade, probably.
You know, you're like McAllister. McAllister's watching this. He bought a 4 terabyte drive because he just wanted to download everything.
Okay, I do see something that's really bad. All right, Humberto, we need to talk. Do not pay $500 for a 4060. $500 will get you like 8. You should almost get a 5070 for that.
All right,
price.
This is probably bad pricing, like in terms of let's say, because it looks unavailable, and that's kind of what the 4060 is trending towards right now. Please don't pay that much on the used market either.
Yeah. Don't forget, guys, you can manually enter pricing. So if you ever don't want to throw us off and have us like roast you, put your own price in there if you need to.
Yeah. So make sure you get the right 4060. I know the Aero one is popular.
Man, and I just don't know, especially if you're going 4060 with the 650 watt power supply.
Yeah.
The H9 is a really big case. Is that what Jonah is? Is his an H7?
He has the
It's H6, 7,
I think it is the H9. Let me look at it. Yeah, he has the H9. It is a
really big case. It looks great when you have like a 4080 that's gigantic and 1,000 watt power supply, and your cooler is gonna fit good. But
and also just I know this price is inflated, but something about a build that's $1,700 with a 4060 just kind of hurts me on the inside. So
he did say 1,600 though, like in his thing. So right, 1,600. So I mean. He said setup though, so maybe, I don't know. Maybe we need more context.
We need some more context. I would be trying your darndest to find a new gen NVIDIA GPU if you really want to go NVIDIA. You might be at that point now, but Yeah, be very careful. Do not spend $499 on this PC. But hey guys, that concludes our review of your all's PC builds. If you guys enjoyed this series, let us know in the comments down below. And as always, discord.gg/ToastyBros allows you guys to submit these to us for a future episode.
And don't forget, we also do setup submissions as well. So if you want to send some pictures of your completed setups after you do them, we can actually rate them on that. So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you check out our other 2 YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/ToastyBros. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Now, some of you guys just don't have the time, or maybe you don't want to have to learn all this knowledge to build your own gaming PC. Well, you can check out PCBros.tech to have one built and ready to go for you.
PCBros.tech, we build awesome gaming PCs at great prices with great warranties and customer support that you guys can enjoy. Use code ToastyBros on checkout. You'll save 3% of your next purchase. See you guys later. Goodbye.